Hi everyone, this is Lisa Hendricks from parkbench.com, and today I'm with Terry Heisler, a co-owner with his wife Jerry of John G's Taproom and Augusta Brewing Company here in Washington, Missouri. It's kind of a cold and dreary day here, but we're nice and cozy inside. So anyway, hi Terry, how you doing?
Good. Hi.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. So, I mean, Washington as a town has a ton of history, but this place is pretty incredible. The story is pretty incredible. We were just talking about that. Can you kind of go through the history of the building, your personal history as well?
Well, this is John G. It was John Gustafson Droege was the original builder of this building in 1893. He originally started a mercantile business one block west of us, where behind us where we sit, and it was called J.G. Droege Mercantile, and it started in 1867. By 1893, he had business outgrew the building that he was currently in, started this building, and in 1896 opened, and then it went from John G. to John M. Droege, and then around John M. to John J. or Jack Droege, as some people might remember Jack still. It transformed from J.G. Droege Mercantile into Droege Supermarket. Then from John Jack Droege to John David Droege, or as everybody knows him, Butch Droege, it turned into Droege Supermarket up until 2011, when Butch and Judy, after 144 years in business, decided to close the grocery store.
Mm-hmm. They still do some catering though, right?
Yes,
Out of the back end
so
of this
technically Droege's is not totally shut down. So since 1867, the Droege name is still in business here in Washington.
That's pretty cool. So what about your personal history? You have traveled the world, so tell us about that. And how'd you end up in Washington?
Wife and I ended up meeting in college. I was out of the Army, went to the reserves, went to college, got my degree to my commission, back to the Army for 30 plus years.
You're
at the
originally from?
Belleville, Illinois,
Okay,
right across the river.
Okay.
And after we met, we bounced around the world and came back, ended up back here several years later, about 11 years now. And we've always talked about building a wine deck off the back where John G's beer deck is. Eventually in 2008, spring, Butch, her daddy repaired that wall and everything. We started building in June of 2008, opened John G's beer deck in August 2008.
Okay.
And then in 2010, well, we highlighted a lot of Augusta beers. And then in 2010, Steve Newcomb, he used to own Augusta Brewing Company, which was originally brewed 3 miles east of here on Old Highway 100 by Ming Estates. And plus the brew house on the Katy Bicycle Trail called me in the morning in January of 2010 and said, would you like to purchase the brewing operations and the brew house? So we talked around, kicked around, and so we ended up buying the brewing operations and the brew house, which is located in Augusta, down right on the Katy Bicycle Trail. A year later, Butch and Judy, after 144 years, decided to close the grocery store. And we were at that time expanding our productions and our facilities, and this was a kind of a natural fit because it still kept it in the family, still kept the building viable to downtown, and kept the name going.
Okay. And the beer deck itself, that's probably a 3-season operation. You've got it.
We were open this weekend.
Wow.
With even the chill of last weekend, and this weekend we'll be open all weekend too.
Yeah, and everybody that hasn't been here, that's a beautiful view. You sit right over the river, overlooking all the action here in Washington, so it's a pretty cool place. So what about the restaurant itself? What kind of food do you serve?
We serve a casual American food. You know, our biggest seller is probably the fish and chips, or the John G's burger. Pot pie is not too far behind. We have nightly specials, plus every other Sunday we have, well, everybody kind of remembers as Droege's fried chicken. We still have all the equipment, the recipe and everything, so it's a really great fried chicken every other Sunday.
That's cool. So what about, you do a lot of special events here. So can you tell us what's coming up?
Well, we have a banquet room in the back that we do a lot of rehearsal dinners, wedding receptions, Christmas parties. We're almost booked every weekend with a Christmas party. This Tuesday, tomorrow night, is Sisterhood of the Suds, which is an all-ladies beer and food pairing, open to any lady who just calls. It's $20 a person, and you get a 5-course meal with beers that pair to each of those. And it's a great event, and every Sisterhood, they do a 50-50 raffle. When the ladies get $500, they donate it to a local charity. Then Friday night, we got a rehearsal dinner back there. And then the night before Thanksgiving Eve, we'll have Woodshine, which is a local band here, performing here in the tap room itself. And immediately after the parade, we'll have Darrell Scott down at the beer deck with his piano, and we'll have a sing-along with Christmas carols around the fire and have chili and all that down there.
That's very cool.
The 2nd of December, which is a Sunday, we'll have East Central Community College's vocal jazz and combo in the banquet room performing. There'll be 19 singers, 9 musicians doing Christmas carols, and it's open to the public. Just make reservations because that banquet room will be filled up fast. And then on the Sunday, the 9th of December, we have Santa and Mrs. Claus and the U.S. Marines coming in from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock that Sunday afternoon. Get your picture taken with the Marines, get your picture taken with Santa and Mrs. Claus, bring an unwrapped present, and get a free appetizer with your meal. And all that, the presents will go to Toys for Tots. Last year, we generated 21 boxes here alone, just at the tap room, from everybody who's been so generous.
That's such a great cause, too.
And then the New Year's Eve, we'll have Wild Creek Band. They'll be here playing at the tap room. We'll be having a special menu. We have the lit crystal keg. It'll be up behind us on a pole. So we take a keg of beer, we wrap it with lights, we have it on a pole, rigged to the forklift, and then at midnight we'll drop the keg.
Oh, that's so fun. So fun.
What do you call it? New York has their crystal ball, we have the crystal keg.
Yeah.
And the band will go till late that night, and we'll have a good party and enjoy.
That's great. Well, you're doing a lot here. It sounds like so much fun. I know we were here on New Year's Eve a couple years back, and it was a great time. So everybody taking all the events here at John G's, and it was an absolute pleasure meeting you. And
Yes.
And yeah, come on down. Come to Washington.